Hello everyone, X-Wall-Kill Bethelite here. And Watchtower becoming an online religion would be Watchtower finding a shady place to die. It would be Watchtower liquidating itself, but just telling the membership, hey, we're just becoming an online religion. Whereas the truth is, they're dead. They're liquefying. They're selling everything, right? And they're going to try to make what little money they can off of the internet. But essentially, it would be the end of Watchtower for several reasons. Some of these places, some of these people, they don't all have internet access and tablets and computers. There are people in America, that they may have cell phones, but they don't have internet access in their apartments. They didn't pay the internet bill that month. I mean, for Watchtower to go completely online, it would almost be a part of your religion to have internet service, computer, tablet. Everybody in the United States of America doesn't have that, let alone all these countries off in Africa somewhere where they don't even have roads, let alone tablets and Wi-Fi and internet access. For Watchtower to go online and it not just be a shady place where they go to die, they would have to make sure that all of their members have internet. All of their members have a device, a tablet. And if these countries off somewhere, like the places in Africa, like other places that are poor and people don't have internet access, try to have a home where one person may have access and then everybody goes there to go and watch whatever broadcast, then there you go with the sex abuse again. Primarily the people that would volunteer would be all the pedophiles trying to get all the kids back in one area again. And there you go with the lawsuits popping up again, right? So for one, everybody doesn't have internet access, right? Everybody doesn't have that. And even if they have it, there's some months when they don't. There's some months when they aren't going to pay the bill. How can you make it somebody's religious belief that they gotta pay the internet? That's one reason. And the second reason is Watchtower is essentially the opposite of Scientology. Scientology went after rich people. Scientology went after famous people. Watchtower goes after stupid people. Let's just be honest. Any religion that basically teaches that you shouldn't go to college and people follow it, their base isn't going to be the more well-off people, right? So if your base is primarily more the poor people, then how much money are you thinking you're going to make online, right? Because Watchtower could go online and start selling a bunch of things, and how much money are you going to make? Scientology made a lot of money. How much money is Watchtower going to make if pretty much their base is more your poor, unintelligent people? I mean, growing up, we were kind of like middle class, I would say, and I mean, still, they're primarily pursuing people who aren't that stable emotionally and who aren't that intelligent, because our family ended up going through divorce, having the bill collectors calling every other second, completely collapsing, right? Of course we did, right? We're Jehovah's Witnesses. Why are we Jehovah's Witnesses? Not the sharpest tools in the tool set, right? Those are the people Watchtower are pretty much going after. They're going to make money off of these people with what? Some kind of online Bible class? What? I mean, you know what I mean? How the money aspect would primarily just be, hey, we're selling off these kingdom halls. Let's get what little money we can from these people online, which would not be, I don't think, a whole lot. Right? Because, yeah, people can donate, but they're not going to be able to donate a lot if they don't have a lot. Right? So that's another reason. And here's a major reason that going online would essentially just be Watchtower throwing up their hands and saying, hey, we're liquidating. And instead of telling everybody, hey, we're liquidating, and they're going to lie and say we're going online, is Watchtower basically teaches people that they can't marry anybody that's not a Jehovah's Witness. So if they're not even meeting anymore, where man can meet woman, they're going to die off so fast. You mean to tell me you can barely keep, especially younger people, in this cult? One of the reasons is they don't have nobody that they like to marry there. They don't have nobody they like to date. They don't got nobody there that they're interested in. So eventually they're going to meet somebody, and yeah, it's bye-bye to that person. They're leaving the cult. If the cult gets rid of the few avenues there are for people to essentially meet another Jehovah's Witness to have sex, or let's meet them to have sex, but get married and all that, they're going to die off so fast, not only because Jehovah's Witness marriages would go down, you would be forcing Jehovah's Witnesses to marry whoever. They can't date just within a religion where they ain't meeting. Granted, there's a possibility that if they were to do that, they would still have assembly. But you mean to tell me you think all these people are just going to wait for an assembly to talk to somebody? And then after the assembly is over, they go right back to not having anybody to talk to? Right? Unless they got a phone number at the assembly. But what if that dries up? That doesn't go anywhere. Right? You can't date nobody. If you're a Jehovah's Witness and they go online, how are you going to date other Jehovah's Witnesses? I mean, it would just become that much harder for you to find somebody that you actually like. And if they came up with a dating site and just charged for that or something to that effect, come on now. You know the XJW community is going to infiltrate the heck out of a JW dating site. Stop it. Stop it. It would be half XJWs in that bad boy. If they were to have any kind of online dating site, if they were to have any kind of organized, we're going to have meetups where people can kind of fellowship and date or something like that, stop it. There would be nothing but XJWs in that bad boy. You know full well, if there was some kind of a online way for these people to meet up and date and whatnot, it would be nobody but us in that bad boy messing with people. Not me not me particularly per se, but XJWs, oh my lands, they can't do that. So another reason why Watchtower knows full well going online completely would fail is you would have less Jehovah's Witnesses matchmaking with other Jehovah's Witnesses. And this religion don't mix well with other religions. So that's a major, major reason, because it's already a problem with Watchtower. It's already a problem with Watchtower. With Kingdom Halls dying off because the younger people, they leave. They leave. They ain't staying there and ain't even nobody for them to date. Or you may have some Kingdom Halls that do have basically some girls or some women there. And that hall will have more people there, right? Okay, but let's say they go online and you don't have these places anymore. You don't have these halls that have women, which then attract a bunch of guys, which means that hall has a decent attendance. You don't even have that anymore. That would be Watchtower slitting its own throat. That would be Watchtower committing suicide. If they were to do that, if they were to try to become an online religion, how are Jehovah's Witnesses going to meet each other for, you know what, for sex and whatnot? Now, another problem. See, going online creates more problems for Watchtower, which means if Watchtower were to do it, it would be a liquidation. It would be a selling, a let's get all the money we can now and get out of this, is what this would be. It wouldn't be, hey, they really think they've got a future in going online, because if they go online, they're going to have assemblies. They would have to at least have assemblies, or there would just flat out be no way for one Jehovah's Witness to meet another Jehovah's Witness and get married and have a family of other Jehovah's Witnesses. That would just end. So they would have to have assemblies. If they did that, if they got rid of all these meetings at the halls and the only thing anybody went to was assemblies, assembly crashing would go through the roof. They already have people that will crash an assembly or go to these assemblies and try to wake people up by putting literature in all the seats, doing whatever it is that they're doing, putting literature on all the cars. You know what I mean? As far as the truth about Jehovah's Witnesses, it would just be the easiest spot for former Jehovah's Witnesses, for ex-Jehovah's Witnesses. It would be the easiest spot for us to go wake somebody up. The only meeting they got is right here in this location at the assembly, and we all know where it is. Stop it. I don't care if Jehovah's Witnesses had half the freaking membership of guys there as attendants, lined up across every wall, lined up all through the parking lot, we would still blend in that bad boy and crash it, put literature all over the place. Stop. I mean, they can't go online, partially one of the reasons why they can't go online is because of us, because of the XJW community. The XJW community would have a field day if they went online and only met in assemblies, because we would be all up in that assembly, waking the only people that meet together, right? The one big place where everybody meets would get crashed, just like with the memorial, right? You know, that's one place where there's going to be a lot of people. Well, pretty much a lot of these memorials have been getting crashed. If going online creates an assembly / memorial where that's the one place where everybody goes to meet, yeah, we're going to crash it. You know, we're going to crash it, right? So and then how do you do the memorial? I mean, it's like, do you meet at the assembly just for that? And then how do you do your door to door? I mean, and then here's the main thing. How do you control the members? You can't control them anymore. You don't know who's saying what. You don't actually see these people at the hall anymore. Right? So if members start waking up and spreading this information to other people, elders don't necessarily know unless somebody tells them, and then it becomes really hard to prove because these people don't see each other. Like, really what would happen is people would start waking up because of coming across information, and it would be extremely hard for, elders, if they even needed elders anymore, to control it. You can't, if a person starts dropping off on their Zoom attendance and whatnot, it's just harder, right? If they're not meeting together anymore for service, it's just harder. You're not meeting. You can't gauge how active a person is, right? So if they were to do that, there's no way they think there's a future in it. If they were to go online, it would be a liquidation. This is a liquidation sale. Another problem is half the reason why they even have the people that they have is titles. Titles would not mean as much if you don't have a hall where somebody can carry mics to feel important, where somebody can push play on the Kingdom Melody to feel important, right? For somebody to be able to get up in front of a stage with people watching them, for them to feel important. If you take that away, there ain't no reason for nobody to be there no more. I'm telling you, yeah, you're going to have people that aren't all that intelligent that are going to be there. And that's the sad thing, is that a lot of our relatives that aren't that smart, they're not that bright, and that's the reason why they're Jehovah's Witnesses. If Jehovah's Witnesses liquidate, then they're just going to join something else that's just as dumb. You know what I mean? It's just that there may not be the shunning. That's the problem. You can be as dumb as you want to be, and you know what I mean? You can star in the movie Dumb and Dumber, but what we don't want is the shunning. We want to get rid of the shunning, right? So yeah, they'll probably just join something else just as stupid, but as long as there ain't no shunning, then there's not a problem. So Watchtower, if they were to sell and they were to not need as many elders, ministerial servants, Bethelites, and you got branches in all these different countries basically up for sale, and all the Bethelites got to leave. Come on now. That title, prestige to a Jehovah's Witness, is just a title to feel important. If the titles are gone, 80% of your membership is gone. Literally, the only people there that you have are people who are, you know what I mean? The only reason they're not smashing rocks together to try to make fire is, you know what I mean? Basically, the only reason they ain't cave people is because of, you know what I mean? Like, they're basically cave people in a civilized society. Like, they're just that dumb. They're just that dumb. Like, really big heads with really small brains in them. Those will be your members, and you ain't getting a whole lot of money out of that. The only thing you would be doing, Watchtower would of half their Bethelites that they have left, they already had a layoff, and you see how that went. People like me end up waking up. Oh man, they woke me up. It would definitely wake people up. If they sold branches, kicking out Bethelites, essentially you'd be kicking out a bunch of elders and ministerial servants because they wouldn't have a need for anything. They'd have an empty title. Oh yeah, then you have a bunch of angry people. The only reason they're there is because they want a title. That's the only freaking reason they're there. I got relatives that are in it, and I think the only reason they there is because they feel important, pushing play on the daggum stereo set when it's time for them to sing a song, or carrying a microphone, or ooh, they gave a talk. You know what I mean? Like, that's the only reason they dare is to feel important. If they get rid of that, then all those people are going to be in for a reality check unlike anything they've seen before, because all of a sudden they ain't important no more. So if they were to go online and there ain't a need for these people at the hall to do this or to do that, more people are leaving because, hey, young people got sex drive, and it's really hard to find other Jehovah's Witnesses as it is that they want. Yeah, you're not keeping none of them. Tell them they can't date nobody but a Jehovah's Witness, and they don't even meet at halls no more. Number two, everybody don't have internet access. So meeting, if somebody if somebody wanted out of a meeting, it's too easy to say, "Oh, my internet went out. We didn't see you at the Zoom meeting. My internet went out. Sorry." I mean, that would be too easy to get out of meetings now. Oh, my tablet went out. I don't know. I got to get another tablet. My tablet just didn't work. It would be too easy to get out of meetings now. The only thing you'd have to say is you're having technical difficulties, and now you don't have to be at those meetings. It would be way better for XJWs. It would just be way better easier for us to unwitness witnesses if they all met in one location. You don't have to go and try to crash 15 halls. You just go to the one assembly hall where they're all going to be and crash that. Anything they try to do online as far as fellowship or anything like that, we're going to infiltrate, hack, whatever. It would just make it too much easier for us. And another thing that would be tough for Jehovah's Witnesses is the sale of all those kingdom halls, you know, half of them are going to be churches. If not more than half are going to be churches. So you mean to tell me all these Jehovah's Witnesses are driving past their old hall and they all see that it's now a Church of Christ, and then none of them got no problem with that? If every hall everywhere is getting sold, yeah, half of them are churches now. And you mean to tell me Jehovah's Witnesses ain't going to have no problem? Yeah, we sold all our halls to quote unquote Christendom, and it's just okay. It's the end of the road for Watchtower. It's the end of the road for Watchtower. I think they're going to have to go back to the Kingdom Hall setting just to keep their membership and to control them. To keep them and control them. Basically, just to really to control them. In order to control your members and not have it too easy for us to just pick them all off, y'all are going to have to meet at the hall. Y'all going to have to, just to keep the male membership. Right? If they didn't got no titles and they ain't up on no stage, they ain't going to be there. They're going to have to meet. And when they do, you know we're still going to crash stuff and whatnot. So either way, Watchtower is screwed. And one of the reasons that they're screwed is because of us. We can all give ourselves a pat on the back. Let's all give ourselves a pat on the back, because I'm telling you, Watchtower does have moves that they can make. The problem is we intercept them any direction they want to go. So one of the major problems Watchtower has is us, and they shouldn't have been shunning. If they weren't telling people's families to mess with them, people wouldn't be messing with Watchtower. The amount of people that are messing with Watchtower is because Watchtower messed with us or caused our families major problems. If Watchtower wasn't messing with other people wouldn't be messing with Watchtower, and Watchtower would have smooth sailing. But because they're idiots, any move they make, we're there hunting them down, basically. Comment down below, let me know what you think. But yeah, how are you gonna go online if everybody ain't got no internet access? And how are you gonna go online making it pretty darn hard for Jehovah's Witnesses to meet other Jehovah's Witnesses for sex? And then what's the need for titles? These people aren't gonna feel important anymore, and they're gonna quit. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. Going online would for sure be the end of Watchtower. Oh, man, I would love it. Go online, because we going to mess with you. X-Wall Kill Bethelite signing out.